Welcome back, everybody. Maybe you remember, Gary and I got my dad a new cat, adopted him from a shelter 2 weeks ago. This is Marvin and me. Now, these are outtakes of me trying to tape a promo with Marvin, and Marvin is not having any of it. Yeah, no, he was like, send me a check before I do stuff like this. But Gary and I like this cat so much, we really wish we could find a Marvin for ourselves, because we love going to my dad's, not just to see my dad now, but to see Marvin. And my dad said, you picked the best cat. He has the best demeanor.
I'm so happy to hear that. And success stories like this, where a loving adoptable pet can find a new home. That's the reason David and I were virtual hosts of the Black Tie and Tails at Home Gala for Animal Friends on Saturday night. We want to thank everyone who logged on with their support. Your donations are very much appreciated, and we know that it was a success talking with Cody from Animal Friends, so we can't wait to hear how much of a success.
Yeah, we were honored to be part of it. Now, if you already have a pet, chances are you have questions, and you know what? We know just the guy with the answers.
Veterinarian Dr. Mike Hutchinson of Animal General is here to help out with commonly asked questions about pets concerning fall dangers. Welcome, Dr. Mike. So what do we need to keep in mind for fall in particular?
Well, this is the time of year that we all like to go out, the change of weather. We like to go out walking with our pets. And I always tell people that the mushrooms are out, and so dogs like to eat the mushrooms. 95% of them are not toxic, but 5% are and can be very dangerous and can kill a dog. So you want to keep all mushrooms away from the dogs. If you have them in your yard, go kick them away and get rid of them, because it can be a nightmare for dogs if they like to ingest those. And so that's one thing to think about. Going for walks, always, have tick control. The pesky bugs are out there, pretty much year round anymore. I mean, when it gets freezing cold, we don't have such a problem. But in the fall, it's really particularly bad, because every place you walk, there's ticks. So be aware of that. You should be using year-round tick control on the pets, and maybe spray some Listerine and water on your own clothes and maybe on the dog if you're going for a walk. And hunting, you want to make sure people can see the dogs. Visibility gets lower in the fall with animals, and so you want to make sure you put a blaze orange vest on them so there's no accidents that way.
Good to keep in mind.
And Listerine and water, it's so simple and it works, and that's a fantastic tip. Dr. Mike, I need to ask you about Marvin. So my dad's new cat, this is what we've noticed. First off, Marvin wants to be in whatever room my dad is in. So if my dad leaves, so here's what will happen, and what the problem has become, and we spotted this yesterday. If Gary and I walk towards Marvin, Marvin gets out of the way, and I almost feel bad. I'm like, I'm not gonna step on you, Marvin. But my dad starts going somewhere. Marvin throws himself in front of my dad and like lays down in his path.
Like a tripping hazard.
Well, exactly, yeah. And so I don't quite understand what it is, but it's like he wants to keep him there. What can we do, Dr. Mike?
Well, he's attached, and animals tripping seniors is very, very common, unfortunately. A lot of ER visits from seniors tripping over pets. Dogs more commonly than cats, but cats too. I have a cat that's always in front of our feet. When you're walking, it gets in front of us. So one of the best things you can do is maybe a can of coins or a spray bottle that your dad has on hand. And he'll just have to kind of scare them out of the way at first, and then usually the cats will learn. It's kind of a training process by the hard way, if you will. I'd say spray it with a fine stream of water. You just don't want them to be in that habit, because that makes it very difficult for your dad if he's trying to move quickly. And the cat gets in his way.
Well, and you don't often see them. I mean, sometimes that can happen where you don't know the animals underneath. Well, that happens with our smaller dog all the time.
Yeah, that can happen.
Dr. Mike, we also want to talk about this because we are hearing about more schools now reopening 5 days a week, or at least with the hybrid. And with the kids going back to school, they're not there for all the cuddles with their pets. So what do you do if you start to speculate that they could have anxiety, the animals?
Great question, and paying attention to it, spending a lot of time. Pets are great at getting used to our schedules, so they will get used to that new schedule. Just make sure you spend time with them before and after, and that goes a long way to helping most of these dogs. They just get into the new routine. Most of these animals sleep while we're gone, but some of them get very anxious, like you said, and if it's really bad and they're starting to destroy things, they might have to be crated, or they might even have to be put on a medication. But I try to avoid that if possible. I think most of us vets do, and you just do your best. But just be aware of it and spend a lot of time with them before and after. They'll look forward to it, and they are very good at adopting our new routines, which is a good thing, because a lot of us have school children that go through this, and the dogs get depressed.
Dr. Mike, do the animals know how much time has passed? when you're gone? Like I've wondered before, like if you go on vacation or you just go to work or you just go to the grocery store, did they sense, hey, it's been 8 hours? Do they know?
I think absolutely. They have those biologic clocks, and think about feeding time. They come and start bugging, and this change of clocks in the fall and spring, they don't care. They're still going to come at those appropriate times when it's time to eat and start bugging you. So they do have those biologic clocks, and they do adapt very quickly.
We just watched a funny TikTok, Dr. Mike. Someone said, I'm not adding one more hour onto this year. So maybe the pets will appreciate it too if we don't this year.
Yeah, amen.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Mike. And for
You're
more,
welcome. Great seeing you.
Nice to see you too. And for more of Dr. Mike's helpful advice for pet owners, you can visit him at his practice, Animal General in Cranberry Township.
And watch for him as a regular PTL contributor. You will also find him on KDK Radio, on his podcast. He's also on Facebook. He's everywhere.
He's everywhere.